ಹಾ ಹಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಲೈವ್ ಮಾಡೇವ್ರಿ. ಹಾ ಹಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಫೋನ್
ಲೈವ್ ಅದಿರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳತ್ತದ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಆಫ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ, ಇದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರಲಿ.
ಲೈವ್ ಅದಿರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳತ್ತದ.
ಅದೇ ಲೈವ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಲೋ, ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡು, ನಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಹಿಂಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ, ಸಮಯ ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡು ಈಗದು. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವೇನೋ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್? ಹಂಗೊಂದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಿನಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಂ, ಶರಣು ಇದು ಬಂತು. ಈಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತಾಳೆ. ಇದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡು. ಹಲೋ, ಟುಡೇ first of all, Sharanu Sharanarthi to everybody. Today I am going to talk about the great Sharana of Solapur, Siddharama. The first name of Solapur is the Sonnalige. That's why we call him Sonnalige Siddharama. He is one of the prominent Vachanakaras of 12th century. Siddharama, also known as Siddharameshwara and Siddheshwara. He was one among the 7 Ganadishas of Anubhava Mandapa. Allama Prabhu, Basavanna, Channabasavanna, Siddharama, Madibala Machideva, Akka Nagamma and Akka Mahadevi. These 7 Sharanas were Sapta Ganadishas. They were among 770 Amaraganas. 1,96,000 Sharanas were there in this Vachana movement or Sharana movement. They build a wonderful movement, and they had a unique Sharana Sankula. Sharana Sankula is a egalitarian society, a society which is having equality in every walk of life. This society was against caste system, against Varna system, against class system, against discrimination of gender. That's why this is the unique society, first of its kind in the history of the world. Equality in every walk of life. This movement was a very revolutionary moment in 12th century. First effort of creating equality among human beings. Siddharama, born in Solapur, it was called, I told you, Swarnalige, in 12th century. His father's name is Muddu Gowda and Suggavve. Siddharama's first name was very interesting, Dhuli Mahakala. We call him Dhuli Mahakala. When he was a child, young boy, this is a mythology, it's a wonderful myth in his life. The Mallikarjuna, God Mallikarjuna of Sri Sailam, he came where he was just working in the field, and he asked roti. That boy bought the roti, and then he asked curd rice. He went home and he bought curd rice, but this Lord Mallikarjuna, he was disappeared. Then this boy went to Sri Sailam with the help of somebody who were going to Sri Sailam. There he saw the Sthavara Linga of Mallikarjuna, but she was not happy. Then he struggled a lot to meet that Mallikarjuna. He is called Mallaya, Mallinatha, Mallikarjuna, they are all same. Then he was so desperate. He was running over the length and breadth of Sri Shaila. Siddharama began to weep. When he reached brink of a very deep valley called Rudrakada, and peeping down, he yelled out, Mallaya, Mallaya. But Mallaya did not appear. As Siddharama was about to jump in the valley, Lord Mallikarjuna appeared and caught hold of him by his hands. The Lord pacified him and offered Vajrakundala and Yogadanda, which possessed the potential to fulfill all wishes. He visualized Lord Mallikarjuna, telling him to return to Sonnalige or Solapur, present Solapur, and work towards making it the second Srisailam. The Lord Mallinatha asked Siddharama to return to Sonnalige to end suffering on earth. The Lord Mallinatha assured him that he himself would appear in the form of Shivalinga in Sonnalige. Shivayogi Siddharama returned to Sonnalige. The ruler of that time, Nannappa, and wife Chamala Devi gave him Panchakosh land, as they were told to do by a vision of Lord Shiva. Siddharama involved himself in public works. He undertook many irrigation projects for the common good. He dug lakes and built temples. He encouraged people to do other public works which would be beneficial to humankind. Many people joined him in transforming Sonnalige. Actually, Sonnalige was a small village, but because of the efforts of Siddharama, it became one of the very important cities of that time, and it has become holy city. Siddharama came to Kalyana. This is a very interesting story. Allama Prabhu's purpose was to make Siddharama worship Ishtalinga. Ishtalinga is a wonderful concept. All the way Prabhu came to Solapur and he told Siddharama, Ishtalinga is a very important concept. That's why we shall go to Kalyana and we should visit Basavanna, who is created this concept, this philosophy of Ishtalinga. What is the philosophy of Ishtalinga? According to Basava philosophy, there are two worlds. One is the outer world, what we are seeing. Another one is the invisible world, which is within us, within everything. That's why to enhance the inner world, the spiritual world, we should go for Ishtalinga. And to develop the Jangama Linga, that means the outer world, the physical world, we have to work, we have to do kayaka, we have to make this world beautiful. We should safeguard and enhance the beauty of the world through kayaka, prasada and dasoha. And what we do here in Jangama Linga is the outward effort. But in Ishtalinga, we should grow within spiritually. This is real Kudala Sangama. This is the Kudala Sangama of spiritual world and material world. If you simply accept spiritual world, that can't be Basava philosophy. If you simply accept the material growth and material world, you can't understand Basava philosophy. This is the basic point explained by Allama Prabhu to Siddharama. Siddharama was very much fascinated by this concept. Both came to Basava Kalyana and he participated the discourses of Anubhava Mantapa. I already told there were 770 Amaraganas. Very soon he became one of the Amaraganas and also one of the Ganadishas. That's why Shiva Yogi, that Yogi Siddharama became Shiva Yogi Siddharama, Kayaka Yogi Siddharama, and Channa Baswanna became his guru. He gave him Linga Diksha also. In Kalyana, I already told the Sharanas were struggling to create society of equality. At that time, Manuvadis made them to suffer a lot. They were always attacking them, disturbing them, but still the Sharanas were very brave people, working class people. They were very hard workers also, and they were very high spiritually also. They decided to organize a marriage between the son of Samagara Haralaya and daughter of Madhavarsa. At that time, Madhavarsa was one of the ministers in Kalyana. You know, Haralaya was a cobbler, Madhavarsa was a Brahmin, but both became Lingayas. They got Ishtalinga Diksha and they became Lingayas. That's why no caste system. In Lingayat religion, the origin, pure Lingayat religion, there is no caste system, there is no gender discrimination, there is no rich and poor. Everybody is equal in every walk of life. But Manuvadis didn't agree. They told it is against Manusmriti, against the rule of Manusmriti. That's why they convinced the king Bijala, the soldiers of King Bijala, and Manuvadis attacked on Sharanas. They killed so many Sharanas. They burned their vachanas. 196,000 Sharanas were dispersed. At that time, Siddharama had to come back and he started the same work philosophically and materially in Solapur. And this is the background just I told. And you know, in Solapura we are having Samadhi of Siddharama. Raghavanka, great poet of 13th century, wrote a Mahakavya, epic on Siddharama. Our Sharanya of 20th century, Jai Devi Tai Ligade, has written Siddharama Purana. This is the background. Now I would like to explain some vachanas. Very interesting. Siddharama understood very well the spiritual development within and material growth outside. To get a beautiful society, we should grow from inside and develop from outside. This is the ultimate philosophy. If you talk only about spiritualism, it is definitely useless. If you talk only about material growth, we lose the inner sense of man, inner sense of life. That's why this is the real combination of spirit and matter. That's why I call this philosophy is spiritual materialism. We should be happy in this world, but we should be happy spiritually. Everything is ours. That is Sharana philosophy. Everything is mine. That is Manuvadi philosophy. Everything is ours means the sun, moon, the earth, the ocean, everything is ours like that. But we are not mad after any material thing. That is the definition of bhakta. One who is greedy, he will be bhavi. One who is not greedy, whoever he may be anywhere in this world, he is bhakta. This is the real meaning of bhavi and bhakta. Bhakta thinks that everything belongs to everybody. This is the real spiritual equality and material equality. That's why vachanas are very great in the world literature itself. That's why he classified vachanas and Vedic literature. This is the first vachana I'll recite in Kannada first, then in English. Yamma ವಚನದೊಂದು ಪಾರಾಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಸನದೊಂದು ಪುರಾಣ ಸಮಬಾರದಯ್ಯ. ಎಮ್ಮ ವಚನ 108 ಅಧ್ಯಯನಕ್ಕೆ ವಚನದ 108 ಅಧ್ಯಯನಕ್ಕೆ ಶತರುದ್ರೀಯ ಯಾಗ ಸಮಬಾರದಯ್ಯ. ಎಮ್ಮ ವಚನದ 1000 ಪಾರಾಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಲಕ್ಷ ಜಪ ಸಮಬಾರದಯ್ಯ. Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna. It's a very interesting vachana. He classifies the philosophy, the Vedic philosophy and Sharana philosophy. And they are having face-to-face contradictions. Vachanas stand for the upliftment of miserables, and they would like to see that everybody should get everything. That's why with that background he tells, the reading of an entire epic by Vyasa cannot equal the recital of a single vachana powers. Single vachana. 100 Shatarudriya cannot equal the study of 108 vachanas of ours. The chanting of 100,000 Gayatri Japa cannot equal the recital of 1,000 vachanas of ours, Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna. Why he told like this? Because he's having a tremendous knowledge about the Vedic literature also. There is no equality in Vedic literature. Vedic literature, Vedic philosophy divides human beings in 4 varnas and later the fifth varna, that is Panchama varna or Atishudra varna. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they are Savarniyas. Shudras are very below level people. Atishudras still below level. This is the concept of Vedic society. But Sharanas denied this. They fought against this inequality. That's why he compares the concept of vachanas or for humanity or for welfare of every creature under the sun. ಸಕಲ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮರಿಗೆ ಲೇಸನೆ ಬಯಸುವ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರೇ ಕುಲಜರು. Who are the real human beings? Sharanas, because Sharanas never discriminate. Never they say this man is great, this man is low. No. Everybody is having Shiva within, God within. That's why everybody is a Shiva Swarupi. Everybody is Shiva Swarupi. That's why how can you deny the Shiva Swarupa of Dalit, what you are called? There is no Dalit in Lingayat religion. There is no, they are all workers, they are all Kayaka Jivis. They go on working to beautify this world and they are spiritual within. That's why Basava never, Sharanas never considered this man is Dalit, this man is Brahmin, this man is Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra. Everybody is human being. That's why this is the greatest philosophy in the world. How they thought in the medieval ages, not only Africa, entire world was dark. Entire world was indulged in wars. At that time, Basava, the light of the world, shown this reality of humankind. That's why you must try to understand this on these bases and try to spread this idea, this philosophy to the world on the ground realities. Another vachana I recite in Kannada. It's a very small vachana, 4 lines. I selected small vachanas. ಕಲ್ಲು ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ವಲ್ಲಭನಿದ್ದಾನೆಂದು ಲಲ್ಲೆಗರಿಯಬೇಡ ಖುಲ್ಲತನದಿಂದ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಅರಿಯಬಲ್ಲಡೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನನ ಶರಣರ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೀಯವಾಗ ಕಲ್ಲಯ್ಯ. Tells, imagining there is God in stone idols, don't foolishly caress them, love them. Don't foolishly love them. To know this, lose yourself once at the feet of Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna's Sharanas, O Kallaya. See what he wants to tell in this vachana. Understand the reality of life. Be rational in life. You can't get God in stone. You can't get God in idol. Idol worshipping is of no use. Do something to the human beings, because everybody, where they may be Dalits, Hindus or Muslims or Christians or Chinese or Bangladeshis or Americans or British, everybody is having God within. That's why you must take care of humanity. This knowledge you will get in the life and action of Sharanas. That's why you come and submit yourself to this knowledge, he tells in this vachana. The third one, this is very, very interesting vachana. I recite in Kannada. ಕುಂಬಾರನ ಆವಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಬಾರನಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಬಾರನ ಕಲಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಬಾರನಿಲ್ಲ, ಆವಿಗೆ ಕಲಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ ಉಂಟಾಗಿಹ ಕುಂಬಾರ ಕಂಬಾರನಂತಿಪ್ಪ ನೋಡ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಪಿಲ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ. He tells, the potter is not in his kiln, nor is the blacksmith in the pitchers he makes. Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna exists in this world as the potter and the smith exist in the pot and the pitcher. Pitcher is in the form. They live, pitcher means kalasha. They live in the things they create in the form of skill. The God created Srishti, Srishtikarta created Srishti. Srishtikarta created Srishti, but he is in Srishti the way the potter and blacksmiths are in their works in the form of their skill. It's a very, very interesting point. Every world, everything in this world is created by God, but He is living in everything in the form of skill. He created peacock, He created ocean, He created sun, star, moon, He created earth, He created all Panchamahabhutas. But Srishtikarta, He is in the form of skill in His Srishti. This is very interesting vachana. Now he talks about this caste system. You know, all great people, they have become great not because of their caste, but because of their talent, their capacities. You take Valmiki, you take Vyasa, you take Kalidasa, Madara Chennaya, Dohara Kakkaya. They are all very great, not because of their caste, not because of any other things which will come by birth. They have become great because of their talent, their concern towards the world, their highest stage of intelligence. That's why they have become great. They are the symbol of human intelligence, highest form of human intelligence. This he wants to tell in this vachana. ಕುಲವೆಂದು ಹೋರಾಡುವ ಅನ್ನಗಳಿರ ಕೇಳಿರೋ, ಕುಲವೇ ಡೋಹರನು, ಡೋಹರ ಕಕ್ಕಯ್ಯ. Can you count him because of his caste? ಕುಲವೇ ಮಾದಾರನು. Can you understand Madara Chennaya because of his lower caste? No, he is extraordinary. ಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಿಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾದಾರ ಚೆನ್ನಯ್ಯ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಅಧಿಕ ನೋಡ. This is the statement of Basava. Basava tells Madara Chennaya is superior to God. ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಅಧಿಕ ನೋಡ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ. ಕುಲವೇ ದುರ್ವಾಸನ. They're all ಋಷಿಸ್, ಮುನೀಸ್. ಕುಲವೇ ವ್ಯಾಸನ, ಕುಲವೇ ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕನ, ಕುಲವೇ ಕೌಂಡಿಲ್ಯನ. ಕುಲವ ನೋಡ್ಪಡೆ ಹುರುಳಿಲ್ಲ. There is nothing in the caste. There is nothing in your birth. but there is something what we have achieved in life. ಅವರ ನಡೆಯ ನೋಡ್ಪಡೆ, how they live, how they lived in this world, how they created the knowledge, that is unique. That's why don't look at the caste of the man, but look at his creation, his talent, his extraordinary concepts of life. The another vachana, this is very philosophical. Now that's what I'm telling. Sharanas never gave up the world realities and spiritual strength. If you go and work in this world with spiritual strength, not just physical strength, that is called kayaka. Work is just physical strength with the knowledge accordingly. But here, knowledge plus spiritualism plus material, the work in the material world, that creates metaphysical experience. Work creates physical experience, but kayaka creates metaphysical experience. All these workers, kayaka jivis, they work and they will end up in the philosophy of anubhava. Anubhava is a philosophy of Sharanas. Anubhava is metaphysical experience. But Anubhava is physical experience. With physical experience, we'll get Anubhava. But if you go deep into your physical experience, you will get Anubhava. That is metaphysical experience. That's why there is no metaphysical experience without physical experience. This is the speciality of Basava philosophy. Because you can't get metaphysical experience while doing dhyana in the cave or doing dhyana beneath the tree or in Himalayas or in forest. No. This philosophy is the synthesis of human effort. That's why this is the only religion in the world which emerged from the working class. This is the philosophy of working class. This is the philosophy of downtrodden. This is the philosophy of women. This is the philosophy of miserables. This is the philosophy of suffering masses. This is the philosophy of the people who made this world beautiful with their hard work. That's why Siddharama was very much influenced by this philosophy, and that's why he became one of the very important Sharanas. Here he tells about Guru Linga Jangama. We call it Trivida Dasoha. But in this small vachana, he clarifies wonderfully about the internal connection of Guru Linga Jangama. These are the three forms with same basic stuff. I recite in Kannada. Charisi Jangama Venisittaya Lingam. Jangama is movement. That's what Karl Marx told, matter in motion. Scientists say matter is always in motion. That motion itself is spirit. But what we look, the thing is matter. There is no matter without motion. See, the modern science tells this, but our Sharanas told this long ago. There is no matter without energy, without motion. That's why in philosophy we call that energy Chaitanya. That's why Allam Prabhu told about Basava that he is the pioneer of Vastu Chaitanyatmaka concept, means spiritual materialism. It is not just matter. Matter is having that spirit, that energy. That is the greatest contribution to the world philosophy. Here, Siddharama tells, Charisi Jangama Venesittaya Lingavu. Entire world, Jangama means entire universe, including stars, moon, sun, all satellites, everything, all planets. This is Jangama. Jangama is having so many meanings. There are more than 8 meanings. Like 8 means one of the meanings is universe. Jangama is universe. It's a moving object. Jangama means society. Jangama means a person who carries these ideas and spread these ideas, live these ideas is also Jangama. Jangama means Chaitanya. Jangama means God. Jangama means our living society. Jangama means entire nature. That's why he tells, Charisi Jangama Venesittaya Lingavu. Charisi Jangama Venesittaya Lingavu. Nelasi Linga Venesittaya Lingavu. ಇದರ ಇರವ ಅರುಹಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುವೆನಿಸಿತ್ತಯ್ಯ ಲಿಂಗ. ಗುರುಲಿಂಗ ಜಂಗಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಿಲಾಂಶ ಭೇದವಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲೆದೇವ ಭೇದಿಸದವಗೆ ಭವಬಾಧೆ ತಪ್ಪುವುದೇ. ದೇವರ ದೇವ ಕಪಿಲ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ದೇವ. Here he tells, Linga wandering is known as Jangama. Linga static is known as Linga. Linga revealing this knowledge is known as Guru. Here in Basava philosophy, your knowledge is Guru, Arive Guru. Your conscience is Guru. And society is, this Guru is Linga, Arive Guru, Guruve Devar. Your knowledge is Guru. Entire universe is, that Guru is Devaru, Linga. Your knowledge itself is Linga. The universe itself is Linga. And what we worship, that small Linga in our left hand, we worship, that itself is also Linga. This Linga, it means the Linga we worship, the Ishtalinga, Lingayas worship, is symbol of universe, and it is the symbol of knowledge, Arivu, inner knowledge, inner world. It is symbol of inner world and outer world. Outer world is Jangama. The inner world is Arivu, knowledge, conscience. That's why Ishtalinga symbolizes these 2 lingas. One is the outer Jangama Linga and the Linga of consciousness, inner consciousness. That's why in this Vachana he clarifies beautifully about Guru Linga Jangama. They are in 3 forms with same stuff. It means the duty of a follower of Lingaitism to take care of the world, to take care of the knowledge, to take care of rationalism, to take care of the entire creatures under the sun. And he tells in another Vachana, this is also very small, a wonderful Vachana. I recite in Kannada first. ಲೋಕ ತನ್ನೊಳಗಾದ ಬಳಿಕ ಲೋಕದ ಸೊಮ್ಮು ತನಗೆ ಕೈಯ. See, this is the personality of Sharana. ಲೋಕ ತನ್ನೊಳಗಾದ ಬಳಿಕ ಲೋಕದ ಸೊಮ್ಮು ತನಗೆ ಕೈಯ. ಪರುಷ ತಾನಾದ ಬಳಿಕ, ಪರುಷಮಣಿ, ಪರುಷ ತಾನಾದ ಬಳಿಕ ಸುವರ್ಣದ ಸೊಮ್ಮು ತನಗೆ ಕೈಯ. ಧೇನು, ಧೇನು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಮಧೇನು, ಕಾಮಧೇನು ತಾನಾದ ಬಳಿಕ ಅನ್ಯ ಗೋವಿನ ಸೊಮ್ಮು ತನಗೆ ಕೈಯ. ಕಪಿಲ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ. It tells, when you have the world within, when you have the world within you, what do you need the world for? See, you are having Shiva, you are having God within, you are having owner of the entire Srishti, you are having Srishti Karta within, then what, for what you suffer? Why you are greedy? Everything is all unique and ultimate truth is with you. Then why you are mad after the material world? When you are the touchstone means Parushamani. This is Kavi Samaya, this is a myth. This Parushamani, if you touch, if the Parushamani touches anything, like loha, any loha, any metal, that black metal, if the Parushamani touches black metal, it will become gold. Yourself is Parushamani. Why you are crazy of gold? The Parushamani, ninnadembudu jnana ratna, Allama Prabhu tells. Your knowledge is a Parushamani, but you are mad after gold. When you are the Kamadhenu, Kamadhenu, it gives whatever you want. When you are the yourself is Kamadhenu, you can give to others. What do you need other cows for? When yourself is a Kamadhenu, why you are in need of cows? Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna. See, this is the personality of Sharana. Sharana respects this material world also, but he is not ready to exploit it. He is not crazy of material world, but he defends material world for the entire humankind, all creatures. That's why nature, Sharanas were very much concerned towards nature. Now we are suffering from corona because we have become careless towards nature. This corona is, I already told in some of my lectures, this corona is a nature, invisible nature. All these virus, they are invisible nature. When we destroy nature, this invisible nature will come out and protect the nature. That's what we are seeing in the world. Now the sky is clear, ozone belt is recovering. Many things, the rivers are becoming clean. Because to protect the nature, this inner nature in the form of virus will come. That's why Sharanas always told, take care of the nature, take care of all creatures. You are not the center of the nature. Man is not the center of nature. Man is one among the creatures. Even earthworm is having its own capacities, talent. That's why we are nowhere too superior to an earthworm. No. Everything in this world is the product of God, and they are all important. Everything is important. All creatures are important. That's why we should be aware of this. And the last one, This is very, very interesting. It's a very practical vachana. It's only 5 lines. I will recite this last vachana. ಒಬ್ಬರ ಮನವ ನೋಯಿಸಿ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಮನವ ಘಾತವ ಮಾಡಿ ಗಂಗೆಯ ಮುಳುಗಿದಡೆ ಏನಾಗುವುದಯ್ಯ? ಚಂದ್ರನು ಗಂಗೆಯ ತಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಡೇನು ಕಲಂಕ ಬಿಡಲಾಯಿತಯ್ಯ. ಅದು ಕಾರಣ ಮನವ ನೋಯಿಸದವನೇ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಘಾತವ ಮಾಡದವನೇ ಪರಮ ಪಾವನ ನೋಡ. What is the character of good man? What is the character of Sarana? If you hurt somebody, if you start, if you create hate culture towards somebody, you can never be a good man. Here he gives one mythological story of Chandra. Chandra kidnapped his guru's wife. He kidnapped Rohini. That kalanka, that stigma will never go. It will never go. Even though he can go and dip into river Ganga. That's why he tells, the moon may reach the floor of Ganges, the river Ganga, but he cannot wash his blemishes. The purest soul is the one who does not harm others or deal a blow to someone's mind. Kapila Siddha Mallikarjuna. See, at last Saranas say, the result of your philosophical growth is taking care of everybody, loving everybody, not hurting anybody. This is the ultimate aim of Basava philosophy. That's why we should live the way Sharanas guided. Sharanas are not for just a religion, not for just a community. Sharanas belong to the world. They belong to the universe. They are all universal personalities, like Sufis, like Sants of Maharashtra, Sufis, Dasas. All these Sharanas, they are great souls. That's why we must try to understand. Without understanding Sharanas, we can't understand Sufis. Without understanding Sufis, we can't understand Sants. Without understanding these three, we can't understand Dasas, and vice versa. That's why they are all great souls, and we are very lucky. We are having the finest undercurrent of Indian culture. That undercurrent is in the form of Sharanas, Sufis, Sants, and Dasas. These four are the real 4 pillars of Indian culture. Thank you all. Sharanu Sharanarthi.